Today I'm gonna rank FNAF animatronics by how annoying they are. For that, I made the title list and chose the animatronics that I personally think are the worst from each FNAF game. And I'm gonna rank them from not annoying, which are the ones that don't even make you feel a bit of anger, to I hate you. I don't think I need to explain this one. These ones are literally the ones that I hate the absolute worst. I would probably remove them from the game if I could. So let's start with FNAF 1. I only chose 3 animatronics from this game. First one being Foxy. I personally don't find him that annoying. Like, all you have to do really is like pull up the cameras a bit, you know, keep an eye on him. The only annoying part about him is when the cameras like start freaking lagging for no reason and he almost leaves the cove. Still, I don't think it's that bad. Slightly annoying. Freddy. I find him more annoying than Foxy for a couple of reasons. First of all, you actually need to be on his specific camera so he doesn't move. And also the thing is that, remember that this guy is basically on your shoulder. Like, he's right beside you. The slightest mistake and you're cooked. With Foxy, you still can react to his running and close the door. With Freddy, you can't. With that being said, I'm gonna put Freddy at annoying. Right in the middle of the road, you know? Golden Freddy. To be honest, I don't even know why I added him on this list. He's like not annoying at all. I think you would actually be happy because he's really rare to spawn. Not annoying at all, bro. Let's move on to FNAF 2. You know what? Let's just get over with the worst of the worst. Balloon Boy. I feel like everyone in the FNAF community has like a collective rage for this guy. I mean, he's definitely in the top 3. He might actually be the most annoying character in the whole FNAF universe. I'm not gonna lie. Man, I only have pure hatred towards this guy.
I hate you.
The puppet. To be honest, the whole music box mechanic is what makes the game as hard as it is. But I feel like all the other animatronics make this mechanic way worse for you. Since when they're like all attacking you at the same time, you can't wind up the music box. Yeah, that's kind of frustrating. The other 10 animatronics are not making it any better. Not gonna lie, almost rage quit. There will always be a lot of bad situations you'll find yourself in. Withered Foxy. I picked him because of the sole reason that he works with the devil himself.
Mr. White, he's the devil.
You know, Balloon Boy, he steals your berries, and Withered Foxy jumps at you for it. I still don't hate him that much, though. I feel like this partnership is kind of coincidental. Probably Withered Foxy also hates Balloon Boy. Still, he's annoying, yeah. Mangle. Okay, I decided to include Mangle in this video because all of the sound that it does when it enters your office. Listen, man, it kinda annoys me a little bit. Just a little bit. You know, basically when it enters your office, you already know you're cooked anyways. Yeah, I would say annoying. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I only included all of the Phantom animatronics because I don't find Springtrap that annoying. I feel like the Phantoms and stuff like your systems constantly crashing is what makes the game way worse for you. Anyway, I think the Phantom animatronics all together make a pretty annoying bundle. For me, they're all equally annoying. They all hold their place, you know, and they're all just trying to make your life worse. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Let's start with Nightmare Freddy. Overall, I don't find the guy annoying. But, you know who is annoying? Of course, the 3 goblins, the Freddles. Freaking need to hear them screeching in the background all throughout the gameplay. Nightmare Freddy is, for me, slightly annoying. I know that he's basically the end result of you not successfully flashing the Freddles, but I think the main cause for the frustration are the Freddles, of course. Almost rage quit for them. I don't know, man, I just hate the sound and the inability to focus on the game. Nightmare Foxy. One more animatronic that makes the game less fun for me. Okay, let's go by parts. First of all, he's really slick before he even enters your office. Like, you could try avoiding, you know, letting him in for a while. But let's just be honest, it's gonna be like an endless battle that he's gonna win eventually. And when he does enter your bedroom, you're gonna have to be checking him constantly from this point forward. So if you check him 1 second too late, you're cooked. I personally don't like him. I don't know, almost rage quit for me. He just makes it so much harder for you to keep up with the other guys too. Nightmare Fazbear and Nightmare. Out of this duo, Nightmare Fazbear is just way more of a chill guy. You know, he even lets you survive when you make a little mistake. For me, he's slightly annoying. But compared to Nightmare, man, I hate this guy. He's just like way less forgiving. One slight mistake could cost the whole run for you. He's also faster, stronger, smarter, you know, he's just better. Which is great for him, but not for us. I will put him at almost rage quit. I remember I wanted to do a video related with FNAF 4, but I couldn't because I had to beat the final night. And guess what? You know, Nightmare killed me a couple of times. Just a couple of them. I never returned to that video idea since that happened. Plush Trap and Nightmare Balloon Boy. They're basically the same, you know, they have the same mechanic. I don't find them annoying. The only part that I find frustrating is when they just decide not to move and you can't flash them and win. Slightly annoying. Nightmare Balloon Boy above Plush Trap though, because he makes weird sounds. Man, he just had to talk, bro. Sister Location. One thing that I find funny about this game is that mostly of the things that are annoying are like random stuff from the game and not the animatronics themselves. For example, the random minigames you find yourself in. Sometimes, you know, it's a bit of a pain to do them. You know, in the middle of making this, I actually remember that you're a technician in this game. So you have to like fix stuff and monitor the animatronics. Okay, but I still picked a couple of animatronics that I find annoying. Funtime Foxy. I think he's pretty annoying because you have to have patience, which is something that I don't have. Still, normally doesn't take that long to pass him, so it's not that bad. Slightly annoying. Baby Babs. To be honest, the only thing that we need to do is shut the door in front of them, and they literally can't do anything to you. Not annoying. Mini Arenas. Now, what annoys me the most is that they make part of the game where you wind spring blocks. And you know, you need to use your time very sparingly or else you're cooked. Also, the fact that you receive a game over because one of these little guys makes me a little mad. Man, I'm telling you, if I wasn't stuck in that suit, it would be their last day on this planet. They're like slightly annoying. I don't know. Almost annoying, yeah. And Art. Again, one of the most annoying parts about this guy is actually the place you are, which is the private room. This place has like no power whatsoever. Sure, you can beat the night with like 1% power, but like, bro, couldn't they just give us a bit more? For me, he's slightly annoying. For me, at least, you know, the worst part is the amount of power you have. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. Now, here's the thing, again, like I said about Sister Location, in this game, it's pretty much the same for me. I find that the overall mechanics of this game are way more annoying than the animatronics themselves. For example, why is this printer so loud that it attracts every single animatronic into your room? But anyway, besides that, let's actually talk about the animatronics. There's 4 of them, and you know, they all have pretty much the same mechanics. They crawl around the ventilations, you know, they get closer or farther from you. The whole thing is already kind of like gambling, because you always have to keep checking if they're close to you. I will put them all at annoying. Bro, I remember when I played this game on a live stream, I was getting destroyed by barely doing anything, bro. It was so bad. Ultimate Custom Night. By far the game that I chose the most characters to rank, and that's for a good reason. We're gonna find out why. Let's start with the more subtle ones. Funtime Chica. She flashbangs you mid-gameplay. Honestly, this would only like affect you if you're already in a bad situation. Overall, it's not that bad, you know, it could have been worse, right? Right? Slightly annoying. El Chip. Listen, I respect him, you know, he's just trying to promote his new restaurant. So from time to time, you get an ad. By the way, a skippable one. Let's be honest, bro, that's one of the nicest things ever. Slightly annoying. For the loud sound he plays for no reason. Mr. Hippo. Do I even need to say anything? I hate you. Trash and Gang. I personally don't find them that annoying. It's just like 1 second of, wherever this is, but I'm gonna put them at annoying because for some reason they like whisper in your ear before they jump scare you.
Psst, I have something to tell you. Can you come a little closer?
I find that just a bit weird, you know? It's like rage baiting. Night Marion. Yeah, I think the mechanic of always having to like make sure to not hover your mouse over it makes my nerves kind of tingle a bit. Annoying. Especially on 20 values, bro. Helpy. I think this is a lighter version than Trash and Gang, since he doesn't like whisper before jump scaring you. He's a good guy, you know, he's not a rage bearer. Slightly annoying. Phone Guy. Yeah, guess what? This guy literally just plays a phone call if you don't mute him on time. Him alone, not that annoying. The problem is that when he makes a lot of sound and attracts like all of the other animatronics, slightly annoying depending on the situation. DD. Oh man, I don't even know. This is like the battle of the century. DD versus Balloon Boy. Who's more annoying? Those 2 are like equals. Hearing both of their voices makes me want to quit and never return to the game.
I hate you.
Music Man. Okay, basically what this guy does is when it's too loud, he will start hitting his cymbals. And if he starts hitting them too fast, it means that you're cooked. But yeah, okay, serious talk. I don't like him. You know, that sound makes me irritated. I would say annoying if you trigger him. If you don't, he'll just sit behind you and do nothing, I guess. XOR. In practice, I think this guy will be worse than Didi because he spawns like 6 different characters into your night. But for me, he's just way more chill. He doesn't do all of the yapping, you know, the rage baiting before summoning everyone. He has some pretty cool moves too. Check it out. It's still annoying, yeah. For the final game that I picked, I chose Security Breach. And for me, there's 2 animatronics that I personally consider annoying. First of all the staff bots. Man, these guys always manage to somehow freak up your entire game. Like, you're just getting chased by someone and there's like 20 of them waiting for you to catch you. Almost rage quit. They're also pretty terrifying.
Hey.
Hi, please take this map. Take a map.
Glamrock Freddy. Man, this is a funny situation because Freddy is supposed to be your ally, you know? But sometimes this guy is just never at the places that you want him to be. Remember that one Markiplier clip?
Oh my god, no! Not like this. Not like this. Please. Give me in.
Yeah, that pretty much summarizes it. Almost rage quit. Alright guys, so here we go. Here's the finished title list. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments your personal experience with these animatronics, because after all, this is how I personally view them. But I'm not gonna lie, these 3 make sense to be above everyone else. They're generally the most evil trio. But anyways, check out my second channel if you want to see some extra videos. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!